welcome back. It's Christine again with the Artist Pod, and today I'm going to talk about how to draw a rose. It can seem complicated. I hope that this explanation makes it a bit easier. It's just a whole bunch of sort of spirals that you build up. So let's get arting. So when you're doing a rose, you're going to start, I kind of start in the center and work my way out. You're going to kind of have the petals swirling around each other and overlapping. So you're going to have a nice little spiral happening in the center. And that's going to be coming down, sort of starting in the center point and then swooshing down this way. We're going to have this kind of going in that direction. And see, they're all meant, all of these are going to be hidden by other petals, right? So this petal is going to eventually hide this one as it comes down. That won't be there. This one's kind of running into this one, and so on and so forth as we build it up. That's too much, so as we shadow it, right, like it's going to go into shadow here. And as it rounds. So the reason why I'm shadowing it so that these petals are picking up the light, my light source is coming from over here. So the petals opposite that would be catching the light on the inside, whereas the petals with their backs to them, the tops might be catching, or if they're flipped over enough, you know, some of this might be catching, but otherwise they'll be in shadow. I have a few corrections to make before I'm fully done, but alright, now I'm actually going to add some green for some leaves. We're going to dull that out though. Just in a few spots. The green and the red work nice together because they're complementary colors, so it helps give that a little extra, a bit of grounding. You know, there would be leaves coming off the bottom of a rose, so it sort of helps. Maybe a little splash there. It won't be a lot. Just a little. There you go. So it's just, again, as you're doing it, the green should work actually. Right, like it's, you know, you have these loops, loop, 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 loop. You have all these loops coming off of it. And you want to make sure that they're running into each other, right? Like this is running into these two. This one here is like running in here, and it's going to eventually run in over here. You know, this is running in over there. You have this one connecting there. This comes down, so you do want to have these spots where you can see more of the rose coming down, where it's sinking into the rose, especially in the middle. But, you know, it starts all kind of as spirals in the middle. You have, you know, the spiral going this way and that spiral coming up, and this spiral running in this way, this one kind of mirroring that, another spiral coming around there, and you have another spiral coming here with something coming down and another sort of spiral there. And then from there you build out these, you know, sort of rounded shapes that all run into each other. You know, all of these. And then having some misshapen leaves, especially along the back, can add some flair. And then a few leaves coming down can help as well. So I'm changing this because I have it weighted a little too much on that back side. So I'm just going to shift where they're going to show up. Now I just turned off the background layer, that's why I'm having to go back through. Need to fix it so that the lines aren't quite so jarring, but I thought the lines on it were more distracting and took away from the way the highlights and shadows were done. Just means that I need to come in here and refine a few lines. There we go. That looks a little bit better, a bit more like a rose. Doesn't have it's not so weighted on one side. If I had wanted to leave it that way, where I had it coming up over here, I would have needed to flesh this side out more. Since I didn't, that's why I trimmed back what was over there. So, all right, so that is how you draw a rose, including the shadows and highlights. It's really, the shadows and highlights are the king of what makes an object that we're drawing that particular object. So, you know, your shape might not look like it, but once you start fleshing out the shadows and highlights, that's what's really going to make it sort of look like a rose, right? So in the floating nether next to me, I have other videos of art tutorials I have done. So I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. Take care.